Hey, what's up guys? It's your man Foriam again, back with a new video for V Rising. Today, I am very excited to share a new build with you guys. As you already know, I am a huge fan of axes, and today we're gonna check out my Illusion Axe build, which deals even more damage than my previous Berserker build, has a lot of sustainability, survivability because of the crowd control, and the AoE damage on this build, the damage that you will deal with it, and of course also heal yourself while you're at it, is insane. It's a lot of fun to play with this one, so let's get right to it. Alright, so first off, I want to be clear that this is not just an exclusive endgame PvE build. It's gonna work very well for PvP as well if you make some tweaks to it, which we're gonna talk about in a second. And of course, you can already start using it in the mid-game because it doesn't have many requirements. I don't think I have to go in depth about the armor and the necklace which we're using, just like I did with my previous builds. But basically, the Blood Moon armor is the top tier gear, which you can get your hands on as of right now. The bonuses are self-explanatory. The movement speed increase will help you to disengage from enemies, engage in combat, and the attack speed is gonna work very nice with your axes. So there you have it. And also the Jewel of the Wicked Prophet, which we also use with my previous Berserker Brute Blood build. But once again, guys, increased weapon attack speed, spell life leech, and also the movement speed. Boy, oh boy, this is gonna further enhance your powers on the battlefield. So the weapon which we're working with is basically the Sanguine Axes. Personally, still my hands down favorite weapon in the game, as the set of skills it comes with is just fantastic. I mean, we have a nice engage, you can also use it as disengage, but basically if you hit this one, you will deal a lot of physical damage and also increase your movement and attack speed when you successfully hit a target. So this one will work very well to engage on your enemies and of course also to run away from them, while with the second ability, boy oh boy, you can literally stun everything you hit with it when the two come together, let's say, and everything in between will get slowed. We already talked about this in previous videos, but I just think the combo of these is just so fantastic. Anyways, let's move on to the spells, or the abilities pretty much. So with my previous build, we worked with many blood skills, and even though it is a lot of fun to use, I think it is time for something different, and I personally enjoy the play style of this one even more, because it is very aggressive. You will deal a lot of AoE damage while you're at it, hit like a truck, let's say. So the first ability, of course, it's an illusion build, the Veil of Illusion. You will also have a primary attack damage bonus, just like with the Veil of Blood, but instead you can use this one to juke your enemies. So basically, if you use this dash, you can actually recast it to travel back to the original location. So this is gonna be very interesting for PvE play, but even more so for PvP, as you can just go to a place, people will think like, oh, we have to follow him right there, but then you just teleport back. It is a lot of fun to use this one. The next ability is called Wisp Dance, and I really like this one because of the AoE first of all, but then we also have a recast where we can launch these wisps as projectiles to deal damage to our enemies and even weaken them to reduce their damage output by 30% for 5 seconds. Also very powerful for high value targets and PvP, but basically what you do is cast this one, they will just stay around you for a while, and if you recast it, you can shoot these bad boys. They don't have a very long range, but still you get the idea. If you do manage to hit enemies with this, you will weaken them big time, make it very powerful. Then our last basic ability is the Power Surge, and this one of course is from the Chaos tab, but many people said in my previous build that the Blood Rage is not a very strong ability. The Blood Rage is basically a great one to use in co-op, as it will give a buff to your allies who are nearby as well, but the Chaos one is without doubt stronger for solo builds, and of course if your allies are a little bit further away from you, because that one is a little bit more a battle shout, while this one is a shield cast on target. So you can not only cast it on yourself, but you can also cast it on allies, and the duration plus shield bonus is very nice. Let's just do some walking. So basically this is our normal movement speed, but if we put the shield on, guys, 25%, we are literally on steroids. So this one is gonna help you to engage and disengage a lot easier. Then as final ability, I use a frost ability, which is called the Arctic Leap. I still really love this ability as it will hit like a truck, freeze all the enemies and even enemy vampires for 3 seconds. So for PvP, it's an AoE freeze, AoE stun, let's say, very powerful, while of course you can also go with other ones. Really depends on what you prefer to roll with. But if you want to take this build into PvP, of course, it's definitely recommended to go with a couple more frost abilities. Instead of the Wisp Dance, you might go with the Frostbat, because these projectiles will chill your enemies, and if you hit it 2 times, it will basically freeze them, while the travel ability could definitely be the Veil of Frost. As this will shield yourself, you will also deal some bonus damage just like the Veil of Illusion, but if you hit an enemy with it, you will also inflict the chill on them. So then you only have to hit them one more time with a Frostbat, and then you will basically stun them or freeze them as well, so that could be perfect for PvP. But like I already said, the Veil of Illusion for PvP is gonna be very interesting as well, as you can just recast it to get back. So juke your enemies, but in general for PvE, I think this one, the Wisp Dance and the Power Surge are the best. Next up, we have our blood. So basically, this is a brute blood build, guys. You can also work with warrior blood, by the way, as it also gives you some fantastic bonuses. Let me just quickly grab one of those. The bonuses which you get are great. Increased physical power, cooldown on weapon skills, reduced damage taken, and increased damage dealt when striking enemies at full HP. Chance to parry attacks, and when you do that, you will reduce the damage taken and increase your own damage. I still think this is top tier blood. Without doubt, the best blood for PvE and PvP. Of course, it really depends on your playstyle. I personally think that the brute blood is just a lot more fun with this build, as it will make you a juggernaut on the battlefield. You will have a lot of lifesteal, you will have more attack speed, all the healing on higher tiers is increased even further with self-heals. When executing enemies, which is great for PvE, you will heal yourself even more, and you also have a chance to boost your movement and attack speed when you heal yourself at tier 4. And of course, with the 100% blood, you will further boost all these effects by another 30%. Just like I did with my previous Brute Blood build, I'm gonna show you some consumables which are gonna be great for this one. So basically, the Potion of Rage will further increase your physical attack power. Definitely want to get your hands on. And also the Blood Rose Brews or the Blood Rose Potions. I'm repeating myself, I know, but you definitely don't want to drain your blood, guys. If you lose some HP, if you do happen to fall below a certain percentage, you don't want a Blood Mend in any case. Basically, instead, you're gonna drink some of these Blood Rose Brews, and the cool thing is, when you do that, you can even already apply the buff of the Brute Blood, let's say, which is the tier 4, 6% chance per relative health recovered to boost your movement speed by 20 and the primary attack damage by 25 percentages. So definitely make sure to always bring some Blood Rose Brews with you. Don't do the Blood Mint. Alright, so now that we've covered the basics, let's take this bad boy into action with some gameplay. So basically, when you engage on your enemies, what you want to do is cast your Wisp Dance and your Power Surge. It's very simple. Just make sure you have your shield and your AoE damage applied. Then you want to use your X-Strike to stun high-value targets and use your Frenzy pretty much to leap onto your enemies. If they, for some reason, don't get stunned, don't worry about it. The Frenzy will give you increased attack and movement speed, so you can quickly flurry them down. And if you see one of them being weakened, you basically use your Feed ability to finish them off. And if you get into a sticky situation, let's say, you can always dash away with a Veil of Illusion. If everything seems to be quite safe still, you can re-engage with a recast of the Veil of Illusion, so you will get back into the middle of the battlefield. You can recast your Wisp Dance and Power Surge to keep hammering on your enemies. So this one is very aggressive, both for PvE and PvP. You're just constantly gonna spam those two abilities, your R and T for me personally. But yeah, as long as something is on cooldown, you just press it. It is that simple, but mainly, of course, especially for PvP situations, you want to make sure that you always hit your X-Strike. You don't have to stun your enemies, make sure at least to slow them down, while with the Frenzy you can both engage and disengage. And I personally think you should always use this one as primary dash, as it will give you that movement speed bonus as well as the attack speed, while you can use the Veil of Illusion to trick your enemies, dash away from them if things get out of hand. And the cool thing is, We also have a third ability, the Arctic Leap, which is basically your third dash if you are in serious trouble, which allows you to freeze all the enemies around you. It's very difficult to miss this one. I personally wouldn't recommend burning through it whenever you can, especially when you're on PvP servers. Just save it for important moments. Alright my friends, that is pretty much it for my Axe Illusion build. If you found this one useful and nice to work with, definitely make sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you're down to clown for more V Rising content, don't hesitate to subscribe. It is entirely free and I promise you, there is a lot more coming your way. Also, definitely make sure to keep your eyes open on the channel for the coming days, as I'm gonna release a server announcement video in which I'm gonna share my casual and heroic server to the public. The second one is a project I've been working on for a while with playtesting, so I am very excited to announce this one. A giveaway is also gonna be part of this video, so definitely stay tuned. Right now though, I wanna wish you guys an awesome day. A big thanks for watching, thanks for sticking till the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.